Yes, please, Mundasir, please tell me about yourself.
Okay.
What technology are you using, and which organization you are working, you have total experience. So please explain it about that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Vipendra, for allowing me to introduce myself to you.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Mudassir Khan, and I work as a Java developer, offering 3.2 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I have done my BTech in Information Technology with an overall GPA of 9.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, I work with Zenonart Infotech Limited, where I work for their client Morgan Stanley here in Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a Java developer, I have been involved in the development and maintenance of Java-related applications using a wide variety of Java-related tools and technologies like Spring Boot. Then had a chance to work on a microservices architecture. Then did a lot of testing in Java frameworks like JUnit and Mockito, and integration testing using Cucumber. Then I'm also well versed with working with both MySQL and NoSQL database like MongoDB. Then a lot of Git and Jenkins CI/CD tools, and then shell scripting in Elux. So yes, Vipendra, that's about
So
me.
you
So these,
you much aware about Unix and Linux command, right?
yes, I have been using them.
Yeah, because of here as a developer, you need the basic thing about that. Just
Yes, yes,
just grep or something searching and
correct.
like okay, okay. So you know that. So
So it's
Java,
very essential
yeah,
in
yeah,
when we are searching
essential
logs,
for the developer have need the essential only.
right?
Java, which version right now using?
We are you working with Java 8 and higher.
8 and higher.
Yeah.
So in Java 8, what do you think about new features? How many features are included in Java 8? And what is the difference from Java lower version to Java 8? How do you compare it?
So I would say with the introduction of Java 8, several new features were included.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, if I have to point out, is a very important feature that was introduced was Stream API,
Mm-hmm.
Java Stream API that was introduced, which can be used to effectively deal with collection frameworks like if you have any list or hash map. So using the Stream API, we can perform a lot of operations, rather than lighting. So before Stream API, we had to write a lot of lines of code if I have to compare. But
Mm-hmm.
Stream API reduces that, merely to just like couple of lines. You can do it and you can do it. So Stream API was one very good introduction in Java 8. Then another popular feature that was introduced was the use of optional classes in Java to
Mm-hmm.
deal with null pointer exception. So before, if if without the use of optional class, that a developer has to include a lot of null checks in his code.
Mm-hmm.
Like if something is not null, then do this.
Mm-hmm.
If and if that is not taken care, then a program can crash and stop because of the null pointer exception. So
Mm-hmm.
handling null pointer exception with the help of optional classes was one another good feature that was introduced in Java 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then another feature I would say would be the introduction of default methods in interfaces,
Mm-hmm.
because we know before Java 8, if we want to add a new method in an interface, then all those classes that are implementing that interface also need to override it.
Mm-hmm.
So the introduction of default methods in interfaces was another good introduction in Java 8.
Mm-hmm.
So well, these are some of the features I would say.
Okay. So you told about the some null pointer exception something. So
Yes.
just we in a stream API, just we want to know. Suppose sometime you have accurate data, string data here, but have only the string as a characters value. Okay. But sometime you want to just you have written code in one line for divide concept. Okay, divide concept means you just divide by 2 or 3, but that uh, variables have hold as a string. So in that scenario, what will happen? You got my point?
No, Vipendra, I
Okay,
didn't
okay,
understand the
I
question.
will explain you. Suppose you have one variable, okay, just you take as a employee and you have added lot of things, employee ID, name and education and address,
Okay.
manager name, so lot of things. You whatever you
Mhm.
can assume, you take at least four field. But one field we have as a numeric, okay,
One field is numeric. Let's say
numeric
you have an
field.
employee class, and
Employee
you think
class name and ID. ID is already integer type. Okay,
integer. Okay.
but someone uh, name just like as a I have name. Name is a character wise. Okay, so
Hmm.
if I am applying filter and I take the field of name, I want to divide with two. Suppose you have
Okay.
filter n dot get name divide by 2. Just an
Okay.
example, because of here no have casting mechanism, no have, just you can get the value and you can filter it out and check and balance and you just
Hmm.
convert in a list or something, or you want to iterate whatever you want to do the perform the end operation, you can do that. Okay, inside
Hmm.
the filter I just I want to put uh, n dot get name divided by 0. Sorry, 0 is like that different thing, divided by 2. So in that cases
Hmm.
exception will come or not, it will as a null pointer or it will be arithmetic exception. These kind of things we can handle through the optional class.
I would say it would result in a compilation error because get name is a string field.
Mm-hmm.
So while doing divide by two only, there would be the IDE would highlight that it's a string field and it won't let you divide by two.
Okay, great, great, great. That things I want to expect. So suppose you have done. I want to use as a parse integer dot parse
Mhm.
and en dot get name. Then I apply to 2 divide by 2. So in that scenario,
No, not because integer dot parseInt works when you have no string name is a numeric value. Like within double quotes, if I have some
no, yeah,
integer
yes, because of your get name is a uh, as a string, right? So
string, right? Yeah.
inside string we can write numeric value also.
Yes, yes. In that case, yes, though that string integer would be converted into numeric, and then
Hmm.
divide by two would work in that case
Yeah,
because we've
but
done
in a
integer.
name, but in the name, get name scenario is coming as a your name, Mudasir.
Okay.
So Mudasir cannot be converted into numeric, right?
No, right.
So
In that case,
in that case, what will happen?
I don't. Again, in that case, there would be compilation error only because string would that
No,
string
in
name.
that scenario, compilation error will not come. That's because why? Because of we have written as a
Mhm.
integer dot parseInt, en dot
But
get.
but he would not be able to parse the string name.
No, so
Uh,
in
he-
that scenario, inside the filter, you can apply the try catch. Where is problem?
yeah, yeah. So in that scenario, that integer dot parse int statement can be surrounded with a
Try catch.
try and catch block, and we
Try
can throw
catch
like
block
number format exception
you
in
can
the catch.
write because of that's why I am asking only the scenario. How do you
Okay.
respond? So
So
this way can be go because of functional programming is not restricting to you. You don't use try and catch. You can use it inside the
right,
block.
we
So
can.
you can say the simple, if this thing will happen, we can use the try and catch.
Yes. So
Yeah,
we can.
if you don't want to use try and catch, you can use is numeric methods. If value is coming numeric, then you can divide. If not
Right.
numeric come, you can ignore it. Just you default value you insert as a name or something. So that way also can go if you don't want to use try and catch.
Right. So you're saying in the if condition we can mention, we can put a check that if name is a numeric, then only you go ahead with integer or parse.
I think you know about the is numeric method.
Right. Right.
So that way also can be checked. Lot of things is there.
Right. Correct.
So that things I want to know. Okay, no problem. But you given good answer.
Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. So another question to you. Suppose you have array list,
Okay.
okay, in stream API. So through the stream API, you convert array list to into array
Uh,
through using stream API. Suppose you have put it some filter, some condition. Thereafter, I want to end terminal. We want to apply some method, and based on we want to convert as a array. So suppose array you can array list value you can get, suppose in your array have 1 2 3. Okay,
hmm.
I want to get 5 value as a integer. So how do you find? If you feel like that any difficulty for giving the answer, so you can take this console, not a problem.
Okay.
You can write here. This is not a problem.
So your question is, I've been given an array of numbers.
Array of numbers. Array of numbers means array list. You have array list. Array list have 5 element, 1 2 3 4 5.
Okay.
You just write integer as a list, arrays, arrays dot as a list.
As arrays dot as list. Yeah.
This is the simple writing concept. Here you can write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay. So I want to get the 5 value from array list. How to write the code by using string? Just you
Okay.
write the syntax, not a problem. I'm just asking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to fetch this value 5 from the string, right?
Yeah, 5 from string. Don't convert in array. Just to
Yeah.
give me as a value of 5 as a integer written from the list.
So I can either store it in an integer variable and then return, or simply write the return here.
This way you can get answer. Find
Fine.
first.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You can import your util package. Thereafter you run. You put in custom input ABC and compile and execute.
I no, I'll have to write.
System out that println you write.
Yeah.
System
Yeah.
out
Correct.
that println. Hmm.
Compile and execute.
Yes. I think you got
Okay. Uh,
find first method is giving error.
yeah. Let me compile it again. Yes, sir.
Okay, great,
Value five.
great, 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 great. So now moving in other question.
Uh,
Suppose
so,
suppose
so okay.
Yeah, suppose this array list, you can you convert into the list array the same. You write below.
So you we have an array list here.
Array list I want to convert in array.
Array list to array.
Array, yes.
So one way to do is, I can define an array here.
Hmm.
Let's say array whose size will be the same as the list,
Hmm. And
and then
you can iterate it without
and
you
then
can yeah.
I can iterate over this list, and let's say integer I of list,
Hmm.
and I can keep on orbit.
No, so it will be print only. It is not converting in array. I think you okay. You print. First you print. Not a problem.
Okay, so what this will do is this will one by one iterate and set the value of this list inside the array,
Hmm.
and then I can iterate over this array which I have populated,
Hmm.
and
You write system out dot println.
okay, it does not allow to copy. I think copy the
Yes,
code.
yes. You can manually write everything. Here
Okay,
shortcut is not allowed.
okay,
You compile and execute. You have
okay,
written integer wrong.
yeah.
It is not accepting integer. It is accepting int only. I somewhere you can write a int.
Where, sir? Here.
Yeah, I think integer I is not supporting. Hmm. No.
Or another way, maybe I can use a for each loop,
You can use for each loop. For each is better idea.
right? For each element, I'll represent as I, array of I plus plus is equal to, no, I have already used as my indexing, so I can use X. Let's see if this works.
Hmm.
What happened? Size might be out. Variable I is already defined. Okay, let me use another variable J because I is already defined up.
Hmm. I think you have written new array. Array is wrong.
Yeah, this syntax.
Int array is equal to new array. This is
Yeah, if I define the size as 5 here, array, or wait, I can have it's saying to that algorithm reference simple final effectively.
Cannot assigning I. This is telling about that.
Yeah, what it's saying is cannot assign a value to final variable I. It would be better. I would like to define it in a different method.
Okay, no, no problem. Okay, I got your idea about that. So, okay, just moving on the next question to you. Uh,
Yes.
Suppose you have, uh, mm, functional, why we are uh, defining static and default method in functional interface. What is use of this if I define that? So how to treat it?
Uh, so you're saying functional interface.
Yeah, again I am repeating you. If you have functional interface, okay, inside the functional interface you can declare static and default method as well. So what
Okay.
is objective of defining these methods, static and default?
So I would for default method, like I said, um, so you have a functional interface, which is so functional interface is the one which is having only one abstract method in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so keep making that method as default. Let's say,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so let's say you have for that functional interface, you have five classes who are implementing that interface.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have default, then it's not necessary that all those classes have to override it.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever class needs to has the use case, only that class will be overriding that for functional
So means you
interface.
want to tell means if you have default and static methods, so don't need to overwrite in drive class. Just you call through the object directly, right?
With the help of class name. If it is static, then we can just call it with the help of class name. If you have a static field,
No, but class because of your method have an interface, so we can call directly by class name. You got my point?
we will have to create object first. Yeah,
Yeah, object you first you create the object of interface.
yeah,
Interface will take the reference of class object, then you can
right.
call it.
Then you can call. Yeah, right,
And as well as you call the all method of class, all method of class as well, right?
right.
So this way can be managed. Um, so in functional, what is importance of functional interface? Why is it required?
I mean, it's a requirement. Functional interface, I would say it is required. If I talk about Java from Java 8 perspective,
Mm-hmm.
it is easier to provide the implementation of a functional interface with the help of lambdas.
Yes, 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 yes.
So if you see, sir, we have two very famous functional interfaces like runnable and callable,
Mm-hmm.
and not necessary if I have, let's say, runnable interface, object of runnable is equal to like this,
Mm-hmm.
then not necessary I have to implement, I need to have a class that will implement this and then I will override the run method. Instead of that, with the help of this lambda expression, only inside this I can define my task or whatever.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Great, great.
So that's the benefit, sir, of
So,
having
what is difference between callable and comparator interface?
callable and runnable
No,
or
no, no,
call.
no, 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 not.
Okay,
Actually, I was by mistake and ask you. You know the comparable and comparator. What is
right, sir.
differences?
So, sir, comparable and comparator.
Hmm.
So we use these are basically again for functional interfaces only,
Hmm.
and these have only one method which we can override, and they are mostly used to sort
Hmm.
sort a list of custom objects. Let's say I have a list of employee objects, a list of student objects.
Hmm.
So with the help of comparable and comparator, we
Hmm.
can sort them. Now coming on to your question, what is the difference between the two? So I would say with the if I'm if I have an employee list of employees,
Hmm.
then that employee list class needs to implement the comparable interface and override the compare to method.
Hmm.
And if we have a comparator interface, then I need not my employee class need not implement the comparator interface. I can create a new class
Hmm.
which will implement the comparator and override the compare method.
Hmm.
So that also the difference is when we are using comparable, we can provide only one single sorting logic. So
Hmm.
you can sort an employee object either only on the basis of ID or on the basis of salary.
Hmm.
But if you have comparator, then you can provide multiple sorting logic there. You can either sort on the basis of ID as well as on the basis of salary.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's the major difference between comparable and
Okay,
compare.
okay, okay, great, great. You can revert back the code because of that code is recorded. Whatever you have written, just also that array to list to array part
Yeah,
also.
I'm doing Control Z, but it's not happening.
I think you okay, no problem. Just okay.
Okay, sir. We'll keep it from.
Thereafter you don't like that remove to that. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
So next question to you. You know collection framework, inside the collection framework, how to use linked list, how to use array list. So what is major differences between this?
Yes, sir. I'm aware of collection framework and I have been using it extensively in my project.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming on to your question, difference between array list and linked list. So,
Mm-hmm.
both array list class and linked list class, they implement the list interface that we
Mm-hmm.
have in Java's collection framework.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, the major difference between the two comes when it depends on the usage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, array list class internally makes use of a dynamic array which is able to resize itself,
Mm-hmm.
and the linked list internally makes use of a doubly linked list for its internally it makes use of doubly linked list.
Mm-hmm.
Now, array list is used when because it uses array, and we know arrays are based on indexes. So with the help of indexing, we can retrieve an element faster. So
Mm-hmm.
whenever the task involves accessing a particular element, so that in that case I would go for array list.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever the task involves manipulation of the list, like inserting an element or deleting an element, in that case I would go for linked list.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when memory is a concern,
Mm-hmm.
when low memory usage is a priority, then in that case I would say go for array list compared to linked list, because linked list, as you know, uh, each element of the linked list is represented as a node, and
Mm-hmm.
because it's a doubly linked list, so makes use of two pointers. So you know it occupies more memory compared to array list. So
Mm-hmm.
again, when low memory usage is priority, go for array list compared to linked list.
So how many types of memory Java use? You aware about that?
I'm aware of we have stack area of memory, we
Mm-hmm.
have heap section of the memory.
Mm-hmm.
So in heaps, every
No,
time whenever
this is only two, but Java have also have other memory using memory part just like as a method area, native, and caching
uh,
mechanism. So 5 to 6 memory part is there. So just I want to know all 5. I
okay,
think
so stack and heap are the two areas,
see
then method
this is for the execution of Java program only. But
okay.
other things you have method, area, native. Native means,
I
compiler will
even
also use
class
to memory because of compiling your program.
class
Uh,
area is also memories, I guess.
okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So, what is the difference between concurrent and concurrent hash map and hash map? You know?
Yes, sir. So as we know, sir, so both are a part of the map interface in Java
Mm-hmm.
collection framework,
Mm-hmm.
and both are used to store, key value pairs.
Mm-hmm.
But the major difference comes, when we are using those hash maps in a multi-threading environment,
Mm-hmm.
because hash maps are not thread safe.
Mm-hmm.
So, and multiple threads operating on it, it might result in ambiguous values.
Mm-hmm.
So to efficiently use a hash map in a multi-threading environment, we make use of a concurrent hash map, which is
Mm-hmm.
thread safe. So
Mm-hmm.
thread safety is the major difference between them.
You know what is difference between resume and join method in multi-threading? You aware about that? I think you are working for Morgan Stanley, so you much familiar with the multi-threading program.
Uh, I'm aware of a join method. So if I call a join method, let's say I have a thread T1,
Mm-hmm.
and within the thread T1, I called a join method on thread T2. Let's say T2.join. If I
Mm-hmm.
call, then
Mm-hmm.
what it does is the thread T1 waits for T2
Mm-hmm.
to complete its execution, only
Mm-hmm.
after which T1 will start executing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the join method. That's what we use join method for. And resume, I'm not aware, but as the name suggests, it is to resume the execution of the thread that has been waiting.
Yes. Betting thread will be resume.
Resume. So let's say you have a thread has been waiting to acquire the resource, but it has not been able to acquire it. Then once the resource becomes available, we can call the resume method on the thread
Okay.
to start its execution.
Okay. 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 Great. So database side.
Yes, sir.
So database side, just I will ask you the memory management related question to you. Suppose this is have my common question to all of them. So suppose you have one table. Inside the one table have 5 millions of record. Okay.
Okay.
So searching aspect it is going to slow. If suppose you want to search
Okay.
10 million, 10 million. Yeah, 5 million. Okay. So 5 million record in the table. How to optimize this table? So this searching should be faster. So what way you will first follow?
Okay, so if you have 5 million records in a table and I want to retrieve a specific record, so how will I optimize it?
No, no, no. Yes, please. Yes. Yes, please.
Um, Sir, I think that in the databases there is a concept of indexing.
Mm,
So something related to indexing logic can be applied. With the help of indexes, we can retrieve records faster. So maybe using indexing here.
mm. So indexing, suppose I will tell you, indexing is impacted to the DML cases, data manipulation cases, insertion, deletion,
Hmm.
updation, right? It would be impacted to that thing. You have another mechanism, query
Query,
optimization, page indexing, partitioning.
right, sir. So I think we can. I think when it comes to Java, We can implement the paging and sorting repository where we can define query parameters as page and page size. Through that also we can
No,
improve the retrieval.
this is actually, this is why we are using at the same time, because of loading of page will be impacted. That's why we are using the pagination. 2 million record if you want to show in your page. So 2 million record means, it means suppose it have 2 GB RAM, but 2 GB data, okay?
Okay.
So it will systems 2 GB memory will occupied and page might be crash.
Yes.
That's why pagination we are using. But my question was simple, because of if you want to search a particular record, it is taking too much time for getting the record. So that's why I ask you, pagination is a different thing. Everyone know why we are doing the paging. Everyone know, because all 2 million record is not possible to display in the UI at the same time.
Right.
So just take a total counter of the record, and based on we divide the pagination. If you first page to move in second page, so it will take data. Suppose the first page you have 1 to 10 records, so you will hit to the database and take the 10 to
10.
20 record.
10 to
Yeah,
20.
similar you want to go. But if this mechanism, if you are following the JPA, so through the JPA also you can do that. So here that's why my question was asking from the database side, how you will optimize. If you needed to optimize in Java side, so it's very easy. You can use, the caching mechanism.
Caching, yes, sir. If you're
You
using
know what
Spring
is
Boot,
use of Hazelcast?
Hazelcast, I mean, it is used for, I think it's a
Use
distributed, used
no
for
no no no.
distributed cache.
This is mechanism for second level caching. What it will do? It will do if you fire query into the database, collect the data and maintain into the
Cache.
cache.
Right.
So it would be faster,
Fast.
right?
But
So
this will again happen from Java
if
sides,
if you yeah, if you want to search any particular record, it will not go into the database. It will
database.
take from the cache. If
Cache
not
and
have that record in cache, then it will go on the database.
database.
So
Right.
in that time, it will affect to our query searching of performance will be impacted. That's why
Exactly.
I ask you. So how do you optimize the query? You got my point.
Yes.
So you can use partitioning. Partitioning means you make it the bucket. Bucket mechanism will speeder than the direct searching.
Bucket mechanism.
Bucket partitioning is making as a bucket.
Right.
It's is make it as a, suppose you given the restriction in partitioning 1 to 10,000 records. So this will be make it as a one bucket. Okay, this is
Right.
one partition, and 10,000 to 20,000, it would become as a second bucket. Okay,
Right.
so once your record will go the bucket by bucket. If we 10,000 record easily search, then he move to another, then move to another. So it will be get
So we will
uh,
get the data in chunks. You are saying, yes.
yeah, chunk data. That's why I'm asking about the chunk
Yeah.
data. 5 million is a chunk data, right?
Yes. Retrieving 5 million records at once is not feasible. So we will go for retrieving the data in chunks.
Chunks, yes.
Yes.
So this way can be find out. Other you can utilize some query avoid to joins. Mostly you will avoid to join. You join, you can, if you want to try to join, so you can write a function. Inside
Okay.
the function you write the multiple join, but function what will do, because of this is pre-compiled, it will also return as a query data. So function you call the function, so function will give you faster data comparison to the uh, direct hit of the table,
Correct. Right.
right? Because of you
Right.
searching so many logics, so definitely you will write a join. So join because of it not a good idea, just you avoid in cases. In, right, you are using where in is also less faster comparison to other techniques. So that things you keep in mind how to like that optimize the query. So that basis I ask you. Okay, but not a problem. But you have how much experience you have right now?
Sir, I have a total 3 years and 2 years, 2 months of
Oh,
experience.
okay. I think these things you have not much aware about that. So, so I will ask other question to you.
Okay.
How do you find, union all?
Um, in SQL, I think they are used, right?
Yes,
SQL
yes, yes.
to,
In SQL, I'm asking.
to join two tables. Right. It's just like the set theory that we have,
Yeah, yeah.
Right, sir. So union, I would say it is used to retrieve only the common records between two tables,
Mm-hmm.
and union all it retrieves all the records.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we have minus as well,
Mm-hmm.
which from the it minus what it does. I think
Minus means A minus B,
right.
means A record which is not exist in
Yeah,
B record. Means
a record. Yeah,
A record does not, A record means if you have a table A record, tables does not exist in table B record.
B record.
That need to
Right,
be find out. So
right.
why query is also most important thing. Whatever you writing in Java side, just you write in the query side. You get the, you optimize the all thing.
Both
Code
sides,
as well, both side you can optimize. So this is the
database as well.
better idea about the good coder.
Right, sir.
Okay, so I think I have completed, but I give your feedback, positive, not a problem. Just to make it as a, just to strong, just to learn about the database side more, because of other
Right,
team
sir.
will ask. Here requirement is a database core Java and
Right.
collection algorithm. So these things you must be prepared for that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay,
Understood.
okay. Thank you, dear.
Thank you. Sir, I have a couple of questions to ask.